Not very long ago, I ran across an old friend. And we got to talking and catching up, and somehow we got on the subject of church, and he told me he doesn't go to church anymore. Kind of made me sad. I got to thinking about why people leave the church. What do they chase? What are they looking for? And for some reason, this obscure movie popped into my head. It's a movie from 1981. It's a British film called Time Bandits. I doubt many of you have seen it, but if you went and did a search on it on your computer, you would see all these famous people: Sean Connery, Shelley Duvall, John Cleese, all these famous people, like as though they were the star of the movie, and they weren't. They had bit parts in it. George Harrison did the soundtrack. But the star of the movie was these 6 actors from Britain, and especially a guy named David Rappaport. Now, probably the reason you haven't heard their names is because they never get the billing. They were born with genetic Down syndrome, little people. And they're the stars of the movie. I don't know why any website would try to draw you in with these other people, but they're very good. They're very funny. Wait a minute, British funny. There's a difference. And here's the movie. They're working in heaven, and they steal a map from God. And they roll this map out, and it has ports or doorways to different time periods. So they decided, and again, it's British humor, they want to become rich, so they go to different places and steal from people. I thought they were in heaven already, but that's the movie. And they went to Napoleon and stole stuff. Then they run to one of these doors in time, and they jump through the time. The movie actually starts when the port goes through a little kid's bedroom, a modern kid's bedroom, and he grabs his Polaroid camera and follows this adventure along. The funny thing about this is God wants his map back, and he's chasing them. I don't think God needs to chase them, but he wants his map back. And the devil wants the map too. He knows he can get power with this map. So that's pretty much the movie. I'm not going to tell you it all. If you want to see the movie, go down to your nearest Blockbuster, as I did, get a tape and put it in your VCR. Some of you don't know what that is, I understand. But the whole idea that people run away from God and turn their way back from God intrigues me a lot. Why they search for something else? What are they looking for? But God doesn't chase them. He waits for them. And he waits for us. We turn our back on him when we sin. And he doesn't come after us. He waits for us. I think this time of year we go through, I call it the spiritual summertime blues, where it just seems like we're busy. I am anyways. It just, and the storm came, and now we got cleanup, and we all have these problems, and it's summer, so people go on vacation, and they don't give as much time to think about Jesus very much. And it gets stagnant. There's a new term that even going around. I don't know if you've heard it. They're called checkbox Catholics. They're the people, and this is somebody else's opinion, not mine, but they come to church every Sunday because they're supposed to, check the box, put money in the plate, check the box, go to communion, check the box. That's all the things they're supposed to do, and they give God 1 hour a week. Out of the 168 hours, that's what they give him. That happens especially in the summertime, I think, and we get these summertime blues. But we need to find a way to get closer to Jesus all the time, to find out what he really is like in our lives. And this is where the gospel, I think, comes in. So you heard last week, he sent the apostles out. They came back 2 by 2, and they were hungry. And I'm sure their blood sugar was up, and nobody had a Snickers bar for them to calm them down and get them all ready to go. But he tells them to get the boat. Let's go to a deserted place. Let's get some time to ourselves, rest, eat. But, the press or somebody leaked the location, and so they go. And when they get there, who's there? People from villages and towns that hurry. They want to see Jesus. They've heard about him. They want to see his eyes, and hear his voice, learn from him. They can't wait. They go to a deserted place. They just can't wait to be with Jesus. I think that's where we can learn. It's a short gospel, but I think there's so much there that we can learn in this way. I'm going to challenge you for the next week, if you can, or longer. I'd like to see if you can look at every day the gospel. Now, you can go online and put mass readings for the day, or on your phone for some of you, and you'll get a bunch of choices. I think the first one that comes up is the United States Catholic Conference of Bishops, or something like that. And there it is. There's the gospel. And your challenge is this, is to be time travelers. That is to take yourself and your imagination and everything that you have that can just possibly be messed up in your mind and put yourself right there in the gospel. Let's look at today's gospel. Put yourself in the boat. You're going, look at all those people. You're one of the apostles. You got a pretty good idea what Jesus is going to do. And you're probably saying, this don't look good. You've all been to work sometimes or other places where you're ready to go home, you're tired, and the boss comes and said, I need you to stay 2 more hours. Great. You're tired and hungry, you got to stay for 2 more hours. Or you're ready to go to bed at night and the kids get sick. That ain't going to happen. You're going to be up for another couple hours. But if you're sitting in that boat with your imagination and all your creativity, and you look up at Jesus and picture his eyes, picture his voice, picture his presence, feel his love. He sees these people. They need a shepherd. We're working. Let's go do it. When we will, and they do. But that challenge is for you to try to put yourself in the gospel every day. And by doing so, it takes only a few minutes. My friend from Fremont, Tom from Fremont, taught me this. Just go online, look at it. If you're at daily mass, that's great. But if you don't have time or something comes up, look at it. You can do it any time during the day. And put yourself right there. See the people Jesus is talking to. Hear like they would hear. See what they would see. Feel it. And you'll find Jesus comes into your heart in a whole different way. In a whole different way. It makes us closer. It makes us tied right there at the moment. It makes the gospel special. And daily gospels aren't always in this gospel book right down here. So you might get something new and feel something new about Jesus. He's not chasing you. He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you to be closer to him. So I challenge you to do that this week. Get over these summertime spiritual blues and find him in a different place.